Welcome to my world. I'm Brad Griffith. This is my future art studio and man cave and family fun area. What I do is I promote STEAM, science, technology, engineering, and math, just for the purpose of promoting students and people into those careers. And I just enjoy doing it. Started doing it with the kids and just kept right on after they got out of school. So what we're doing here is some leaf plates. Let me show you what we've done. This particular one, first thing you do is you get some leaves, and we dried them in between paper towels and squished them into shape, so that when we formed the plate with leaves, the leaves would be already to the shape of the plate. And this particular plate has got a layer of leaves on the back and some denim jean material in between, and then leaves on the top, and we glued it all together with Mod Podge, which it has some issues, but you know, when we've never done this before, we're experimenting. And today we're going to experiment with some spray adhesive with some of the same techniques. What I'm going to show you today was similar to what we did with this plate, but a tweak or two here and there. This is just continued fun and experimenting with science, technology, engineering, and math. The art of this is just, you know, the layout and some of the leaf locations and things. The technology behind it is composite, making a composite plate. Put that aside. So in this particular case, you could shorten the process by just getting a paper plate, drying your leaves, and spraying them and putting them on the plate. So if you don't want to do this little bit of a lengthy process, you could shorten it up by just having your kids spray adhesive and place the leaves on the plate. One of the things is, though, that if you don't bend the leaf and dry it to the shape of the plate, when you push it in the shape, they'll crack. So these are just some flat leaves that we've prepped. And we bought a stack of paper plates to help as the forming. We place paper towels or some kind of a napkin between the leaves to help dry them, and we sandwich them in between all the leaves, so all in between the paper plate. So these leaves already have the shape of the paper plate, and if you notice, we snip the limbs or the little stems off so that they don't create a lot of bulk. We're going to set these aside. Here we go. Okay. So we have kind of the base, which would be the bottom, sort of a disposable leaf look. And then we have for the top, we've got some more colored leaves. And then finished off, we're going to try some leaves we just took off the tree. They're not dry at all. But I think once they're sealed up, we'll do some spray varnish. Once it's all dry, we'll spray varnish the whole thing, top and bottom. And that way air won't get to them and they won't rot. One of the first things you do is we put some plastic down on the plate that we want to shape our leaves to, so the spray adhesive doesn't stick to the paper plate. And like I said, if you wanted to shorten up this whole process, you could just glue your leaves to the paper plate. One of the things that we did with this other plate was, once we had a layer of leaves down, we put some denim jean material in there and put more layers of leaves on there. And by doing that, it helps solidify and strengthen, and also gives some flexibility in the plate. So this is just an experiment, science observation of composite you can do with your kids, making composite plates. So we lay down some cardboard, and actually I should have done, here we go, put down the big one, put down these big ones here first. That's going to create the bottom. Okay. So let's see, like that. Spray some of this. Those are going to adhere to that, I'm thinking, hopefully. So now we'll start layering this up. Once we get some layers on there, we'll press it all together. With some paper plate squished down and maybe some weight on it. So now that we've got some, excuse me, now that we've got some layers there, I think we'll spray the whole thing with some spray adhesive. We'll lay down couple more leaves, and you can hear it start to crack, and that's, if you dried your leaves flat, they would very definitely crack. And we're going to cut the perimeter leaves that are hanging out. We're going to cut those off. So now let's see, now I think we should do the denim, and then we'll finish off. And I'm kind of speeding up this process. I might have chosen to do it a little more lengthy and let, compress all this together, let it dry overnight. And then, let's see, I did this a little backwards, I guess it won't matter. And then started up a new layers, but for purpose of the video, okay, so stand by. We're going to put this final layer on top, but before we do that, we need to put some pressure on there. And if you want, your kids can look up how a regular paper plate is made. Maybe they can get some appreciation of what this is, what we're trying to do. Okay, so layer of so there's the bottom, which may or may not turn out well, but we're gonna take that plastic off if all goes well, so it doesn't adhere to the paper plate itself. That's what that plastic does. so your spray adhesive won't stick. To the actual paper plate. Once again, if your kids are not quite as patient, then you can just try the leaves and spray them right to the paper plate, and it might be a little easier for them to, if they're not old enough to do the composite idea. Okay. So we're losing control of the whole crew here. Some of the leaves we want. Excuse me. Okay. So spray this up. You can see a little bit of a problem coming up, but I'm not going to worry about that now. I have a little binding going on here. We did cut the denim a little bit bigger than the plate because, okay, that's not going to work, sorry. Because as it formed down inside the plate, it took up mass, took up denim, and so we didn't cut the denim exactly the size of the paper plate. Okay, my fingers are getting a little sticky. Alright, so let's put these on. Once again, we dried the leaves to the shape of the plate so that when we bent them into the shape of the plate, they would already be kind of formed in that shape. Now everything's sticky. Hopefully that's not going to become a problem. So we've kind of done this before. Whoops. Make sure the sprayer is sprayed or turned the right direction before you spray it, or you'll spray your kneecap. And I was just doing this on the floor because I don't really have a space that I can spray outside on a rainy day. You might want to do this, if you do this in your classroom, maybe have plenty of windows open, and or do it outside would be better. Okay, it's working. The last layer, you shouldn't spray the leaves overall because you don't want the spray adhesive excuse me, on the top of the leaf. Actually, some of the bottom of the leaves would be interesting as well. Okay, like I said, I am speeding up this whole process for the purpose of the video. I'm going to have to stop here in a second. But you can kind of get the idea. Once the leaf layers are sprayed in, we're going to put some more plastic saran wrap on top so that when we press the other plates down to squeeze it and compress it, they won't stick to here, and I'm hoping that I can pull the plastic off of there, and what we'll be left with is a a composite leaf and denim compressed plate that will look similar to the other one that we did. This one here we did with Mod Podge and had somewhat success. The kids can really see and put some creativity to it. You don't necessarily have to do it around a paper plate. Well, I'm not quite sure, but anyhow, you can shape around pretty much anything. Maybe make a dinner placemat kind of thing, just flat, would be an ideal project for them as well. And hope you enjoy these videos, and I'll try to do a short one of the finished end result. Thanks. Bye.